Hey, welcome to the Valguero Silica Pearl video. I'm going to show you here where you can find the silica pearls and probably the best method of getting them. First, you want to get an angler. Either buy it from a kit on one of your servers or go down into the caverns below where I'm showing you where to farm these at and go and tame one yourself. That's where you can find an angler. They are probably the best at farming them in one run. You can get anywhere from 100k to 500k pearls or whatever you feel like spending on. But like you see here, I built a little box to store the angler in. It doesn't require a saddle if you don't know that, but here we go. I'll show you where we're going. This is down at near the chalk hills on the Valguero map, and if you just keep following the river up, there is actually a cave over on the left-hand side and pearls that spawn above this. There's also a trench further down this pathway. It's like a little dip, a little crevice that you can just go straight down into. One thing about being underwater, always be careful. And you can see here on this is a 30x server, so I'm getting a bunch of those pearls right there. You know what I mean? You would have probably got more like 400 or 500 from that, but uh, you want to be careful with turrets underwater if you're underwater because they will shred your angler, shred all the pearls on it, and shred everything that you've been working for. This is the cave that I was talking about. It's a cave entrance. It's right down here. There are 3 entrances to get down to this place, and when you're down here, you need to be careful because sometimes they have alpha megs, stuff like that. The shocking eels, and I don't believe the jellyfish are down here, but if you run into any of those, just try to stay away from them because they dismount you, and perchance an alpha comes around, it'll pretty much, kill your angler, and then you'll be stuck swimming back, looting the body or whatever, and swimming back with whatever you did get, and wasting the time going to get a new angler and get a new, you know, rig set up to be able to farm these efficiently. As you can see here, they're pretty abundant, and farming them with the angler is a little tricky at first, but to increase your maximum amount of uh, pearls that you get per node, you just want to up the melee damage, just like with anything else on the angler. You might want to have a little bit of stamina on them, and health would probably be the last. Movement speed and just the melee damage. Because you want to be able to get away from predators because you're not going to be fighting anything on the angler. While you're down here, I mean, you can see it's pretty vast. And the pearls are pretty abundant. You don't want to go too far though, like down in this little cave trench. It's definitely not a constant, flow through. It's just like any other special node. You know what I mean? There's like a high concentration of them in one area, and then they just kind of fall off. So from this, you can see, we've gathered a decent amount of the pearls, and later on in the video, you'll actually be able to see on the map where this is at, and hopefully you'll have a good run. This is a very unpopulated server, but recently we did have a few of the bigger tribes build bases underwater and add turrets and stuff like that, and that was with why I was giving you the warning beforehand. Um, Other than that, there's really nothing else special about farming the pearls. They're fairly easy to come across. They're fairly easy to get. A couple of things you might want to bring a couple extra scuba tanks. You might want to bring some extra flippers in case something does happen. You do get killed while you're down here, or your tame does get killed while you're down here. I wouldn't recommend taming anything from the back of an angler, so don't come down here with one of those. You can use like an ichthyosaurus and stuff like that. And from here, I'll show you where there's some more spots at. The uh, the angler's been a pretty cool creature for me to learn. If you see there, that's where we were at on the map. It's just like right as the mouth starts to widen, you'll get more pearls and stuff. And there's actually a dip that I think I passed on this run. There's a dip in the ground. I had to go up and get some oxygen or something. I don't know. What do you think he's doing? Yeah, but always check the durability of your scuba gear and stuff like that. You don't have to wear full scuba gear, and if you have tech gear, you can also rock tech gear. If you have tech gear, you probably already know about this already. So As you can see too, the pearls they do disappear for a little bit, but if you keep going, this whole trench does have them. And as you'll see here, if you keep going just a little bit further, you'll run across more. And they actually have them in the northwestern and northeastern corners of the same river structure. So you don't have to necessarily start down here. I just realized that this is the highest concentration point. And once you get the ability to, you can actually create underwater bases and create teleporters and just have the anglerfish set up in a box next to your little underwater base and literally just jump on it, farm, teleport to the next area where they're high concentration and farm and do it again. I mean, this is Ark, so there's always this the possibility. The more places you have, the more times people are going to find your stuff and maliciously kill your angler or whatever type of thing you have set up. So like I have is a very basic setup on a fairly non-toxic server. Like people just don't go around killing each other's stuff on here, and when they do, they get raided. You know what I mean? Because everybody pretty much plays on here a good amount of time. So just make sure you're protecting your stuff and you're thinking of ways to travel faster and to be more efficient when you farm. Uh, like I said, the melee damage you want to keep that up, and you also want to make sure that you're checking your durability and bringing extra tanks and stuff with you. You see right here is a good little concentration of them. Grab all those up. Only the main worries you have when you're underwater are the jellyfish, the eels when you're in the cave underneath, and then megalodons and stuff like that. You really want to be careful, like the alpha megs. You don't want those just coming and raining on your parade and killing you if you get stunned or something like that. And they'll appear out of nowhere, as you know. I really enjoy this though, the farming these silica pearls because they definitely like look at that, a big purple dinosaur just comes flying out of somewhere. I mean, how can I not have seen him? You know, and I really enjoy this area for farming them and stuff like that. I think it's very efficient because you need electronics to build turrets for base defense, especially when you're first starting out. They just do a server wipe, or they're just trying to you know maybe go build a new base on another server. So you can farm these out real quick and make the electronics you need to make turrets to be able to build either a fob, when you're raiding somebody or whatever. Just to have the resources handy is valuable. And also too, some servers have black pearls, some don't. You can put these with oil and a black pearl crafter. Boom, there you get black pearls. So that's it, pretty much. You make sure you transfer those pearls over to your character and enjoy your pearls.